I'm Anton.
Ugh. My name is Yosuke Sakuma, a 5th grader in elementary school. On this day, I fell off of playground equipment at school. It wasn't that high up, but I was hit quite badly.
This is bad!
And I was rushed to the hospital for emergency treatment.
You can't even do your studies well, but you're always causing trouble.
This man was my homeroom teacher, Mr. Okanami. My hurried teacher was supposed to accompany me to the hospital, but
God's sake, he can't even study.
he was mumbling to himself all the way in the ambulance. Yes, I can't study. My grades at school were very poor.
What the hell is this?
I'm sorry.
I told you this comes out right before, didn't I?
I'm sorry. This was the 26th time I had gotten a 0 on a test.
I whispered in your ear until 1 second before the test started, didn't I? The division number is even. The divisible number is even. How can you get it wrong? Listen, your grades are what I'm getting graded on. You're messing up and lowering the class average.
The teacher seemed to be getting fed up with my grades not improving, no matter how many times he tells me. That's when the accident happened. The teacher seemed to be in a very bad mood. I'm sorry, teacher.
He suffered a compression fracture of the lumbar vertebrae, a femur, and a hip joint. There are crush fractures in a total of 4 places. He needs surgery right away. What? I see.
I was listening to the doctor and the teacher's conversation whilst in my foggy consciousness. I wonder if I'll be all right. Apparently, I was going to have an emergency surgery. The school seemed to have called home, but my mom hasn't arrived yet. Then the next moment...
Oh, well, he's an idiot, so no anesthesia for him.
What?
What?
At first, I thought I had misheard something.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you very well. Could you repeat that? Okay, I'll say it again. He is an idiot, so does not need anesthesia. Just go ahead and do it. What?
But I knew I heard him correctly. The teacher clearly said no anesthesia was needed.
This kid, you know, no matter how many times I painstakingly teach him, he forgets immediately. But you see, in the case of surgery without anesthesia, the pain is extremely severe. It's okay. I'm sure he is so unbelievably thick-headed that he won't even know his own pain.
The teacher took the liberty of telling the doctor that anesthesia is unnecessary.
Besides, it's this kid's parents' policy not to use anesthesia. What? You know, anesthesia has many side effects, right? We teachers were also strongly told, never let this child use anesthesia.
Of course, that is not true. Don't worry. Big Sis is right beside you. I tried to correct the matter, but I couldn't get my voice to come out properly. It was because I was dazed from the pain. Plus, I was wearing an oxygen mask.
I see. If that is the case, then understood. It's not like anesthesia is free anyways. That way you won't have to pay for it. Isn't that great, right? Off you go.
The teacher must have been angry at my poor grades. And he did this to vent his anger.
Right then, please do the honor.
Wait!
Do your best.
And then I was taken to the operating room, and I was to undergo surgery without anesthesia.
Well then, the operation will begin.
No. Oh! It was an unimaginable experience.
Number 1756, Sakuma, come forward. So, you're my new defense attorney, huh?
Oh, yes, I am. Makaru Yawashi.
Can you really prove that I didn't do it?
Yosuke. I woke up in a hospital room. Thank God. Ow. I felt a twinge of pain in the area that had been operated on without anesthesia. I was in so much pain that I had lost consciousness. It seems I managed to survive. But later, I was diagnosed with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, because of this incident. Yosuke? The pain of that surgery keeps flashing back in my mind over and over. The cold sensation of the scalpel splitting my flesh, the unimaginably intense pain. Ah! What's the matter, Yosuke? Many times, I would jump out of bed in the middle of the night. My son told me about it. Is it true that you took the liberty of instructing the doctor not to administer anesthesia? And so, when I confided in my mom about that time, she immediately went to school to talk to the teacher. In some sense, she was prepared to claim damages.
It's not true!
But the teacher denied the fact outright. I definitely heard the teacher say that anesthesia was unnecessary. It's ridiculous that you let them operate without anesthesia on your own accord. That's what made my child mentally ill.
I told you I had nothing to do with it. It was the doctor's decision. The doctor's, rather than that, Mother. Your son's grades are far too low.
What?
What are your thoughts on that?
That has nothing to do with this right now.
God's sake, that's why single moms are so...
Furthermore, the teacher seemed to look down on my single mom. In the end, the doctor refused to admit to any of his actions. And for some reason, the doctor who operated on me insisted that it was an emergency and an unavoidable measure. How could that be? The doctor had certainly said at the time. But since there was no evidence to contradict the teacher's statement, we could only cry ourselves to sleep. After that, Mom seemed to have become very irritated, and maybe that's why she's been drinking so much lately. Mom, you're drinking a little too much. I'll ask you to take care of the rest. Honey? What? I heard my mom say that and my blood started to run cold. Because my dad. So I went out to go see my dad by myself. But, what? My dad isn't here. My dad has been in prison since before I was born, so I used to visit him regularly. But just the other day, he disappeared from prison. Oh my God.
Hey, you boy!
I have to hurry. That's right, my dad is a violent criminal.
I'm Maria Okanami. I'm an elementary school teacher. I was lounging around at home on my day off when someone came to my house. Who the hell are you? But I opened the door and was surprised. There stood a very large and big-built stranger.
I was told that my dad had been arrested by the police more than tens of years ago for dismembering a person. I bet he was going to dismember my teacher at my mom's request, but it seemed he escaped from jail. My dad is a monstrous criminal.
Your dad is a thug?
I need your help. So I decided to ask for help from Mr. Anton, the handyman. I had heard rumors that no other human could compete with Mr. Anton.
What the hell are you? Suddenly, the man who came to my house had a chainsaw in his hand. He is my son. So he may not have been the smartest guy in the world. Huh? What are you saying? I'll call the police! But you know, teacher, even stupid sons need anesthesia. Anesthesia? I heard that guy's words and it hit me. Are you Yosuke's father? I'd heard that Yosuke's mother was a single mom and that he had no father. I'm ashamed to say that I had a prison sentence for dismembering a person. So we pretended to the school that he didn't have a father. Prison sentence? Dismembering? I'd heard about that case too. One day, two minor gangs got into a skirmish over a dispute over money. And eventually, the man who got upset took out a knife and dismembered one of them. The incident was so gruesome. At the time, it was covered by various media outlets on a daily basis. That's right. Yosuke's father was a monstrous criminal. As expected. It made sense that Yosuke was stupid. I heard it from my wife, all of it. That my son had been taken care of quite a lot. In return, let me tell you why you need anesthesia, teacher. Ah! With that, Yosuke's father held up a chainsaw. Ah! Mercilessly stormed around my house. If you do that, you'll never be able to leave prison again! It seemed he had heard that I'd not allowed Yosuke to use anesthesia, and had escaped from prison to come all the way here. To make me understand. My son is more important than my life. But let's see. I'll forgive you if you tell me the truth. Wait a minute! Yosuke's father raised his chainsaw. Ah! And the next moment, all right, I'll tell you! I told the doctor that anesthesia wasn't necessary. I was always irritated with Yosuke, so I just thought I'd be a little mischievous. And after that, I bribed the doctor with money to keep him quiet. I confessed everything because I knew I couldn't risk my life. So please, just forgive me now, but... Ah!
Dad! When I opened the door of the teacher's house with Mr. Anton, there was a terrible sight right before us.
Is it Yosuke? This is terrible!
No way. The teacher had wet himself and was crying.
Ah!
What is all this?
Yosuke, is that you?
But the teacher looks like he's unharmed.
I'm here to get the evidence. Your mom asked me to. All right, I'll tell you! I told the doctor that anesthesia wasn't necessary.
It seems that my dad came here to record the teacher's confession. But doing that, if you escape from prison for that...
Escape from prison? I'm on parole.
What? Apparently, Dad was a well-behaved prisoner, so he was recently granted parole. He actually didn't escape. And a few days later, his sentence was overturned at a retrial.
Mr. Sakuba, we did it! Thank you, Mr. Yawashi.
To our surprise, Dad's innocence was proven. Yay, Dad! Honey, my dad wasn't a monstrous criminal. It took a long time to prove that, but... Incidentally after that, the teacher was later convicted of inflicting PTSD on me, and inquiry charges were established. The doctor was convinced of bribery, and both of them were arrested.
Yosuke!
Dad,
I'm sorry for all the trouble I put you through.
I'm so glad. As for the case of dismemberment, it seems that a new investigation has started to look for the real culprit. And I became a good student under the guidance of my dad, who was very good at studying despite his appearance.
That's great!
We are a family of 3, and we are living very happily.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Come back again for more, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.